Well, we have, I don't know if I'll have enough time for this conversation with our guest, who is an actress and television host and made her acting debut in 2012 when she starred in the Ikechukwu Onyeka directed film, Family Secrets. Well, she's here to tell us some of hers. Linda Osifo, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's wonderful being here.
So start telling us your secrets. I'm not going to ask you any question.
Wait till you want to know. Oh.
Okay. You're an actress and a TV host.
Absolutely.
Well, you must... I wonder how... I mean, being a TV host is acting on its own.
Absolutely.
Now, acting as an actress...
It's a different world completely.
Okay, tell me the difference.
Well, the difference would be that, you know, when it comes to the acting, there's influence and impact that you are doing through the screen. You're telling a story. And that story that you're telling can change someone's life completely just by that acting. Sounds so simple, but quite complicated.
It's not simple.
You see? It sounds simple.
No, it's not simple.
It's not at all.
Have you done stage acting?
I did start with that in Canada, but that was more of, I would call that in the educational form of school, but the real stage play here, no, it's another level of acting.
I can imagine.
Oh, yes.
I did stage here, so I can
How did you cope? How did you survive?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
Okay,
Until I come on your program. Okay, so tell us, how has it been? Maybe I should ask, okay, in the two worlds that you have done this acting, and in the Americas and now in Nigeria.
Niger. I love my country, Nigeria. Nigeria is a very blessed nation, and the opportunities here are at large. And I'd like to tell that to the youth especially. And the system here gives you the eager to strive for more because there's no invisible ceiling, like I call it. The invisible ceiling meaning there's a certain level that you can pass. So I feel there's no invisible ceiling here. Why? Because it's a developing nation and there's so much more than you can develop as an individual. So the journey here, it's tough, but it's been good.
I think I'm seeing more of the TV host than the actress here. Because I can see that the actress is struggling to come out. So
we're not acting here, though. We can't. I'm being myself. Yeah, this one not be money matter now. So I'm here to be Linda Osifo and no other character.
Okay, so what's been the most challenging? Okay, let me ask you a question that might be a little difficult to respond to.
Okay.
But I'd like to ask you anyway, for the sake of those who you want to inspire and challenge.
Okay.
There is talk about how difficult it is for the female gender to get into acting without pleasing some people. Tell us about that. I'm not going to ask you any specific questions.
Absolutely. There's always going to be talks in every industry, and as you choose to climb up the ladder, you will have your difficulties. And there is what we call the gender inequality, you know, so whatever system you will be as a female, you will always have your disadvantages. So into the movie industry per se, I always like to tell individuals, when you understand what you're doing and what you want to do, other things become so irrelevant, because if you decide to be a banker, an accountant, a psychologist, as a gender, being the female, you will always have some disadvantages. So now you have to ask yourself, how do you face that? Because it's going to come anywhere, anytime, and anyhow. How do I face through that? I don't know how. I have been doing it, but one thing is avoiding certain situations is number one. And understanding how and what you want to do. So
situations?
Yes, situations. So a very simple example, right? Somebody will tell you, come to this location, and it's a certain time, and you're going alone. Avoid situations that could cause anything that you may not be able to understand. So rather, I would want to see you in your office, or I would like to see you in an audition space. And that can be either female or male, whatever it is, just being in a place that is conducive and comfortable for me.
Does mentoring play a role?
Mentoring plays a very important role. It does. It does. So you need to have you should have a mentor in this field that we're in, and understand what steps they took, and understand how they sort of avoided certain situations, and also understand the discipline that that individual had learned throughout the time.
Talking about discipline, that's quite a tough one, because there is discipline of being an actress on its own, or being an actor on its own, as opposed to whether you're a female actor or a male actor. The discipline of the sector is something on its own entirely.
Absolutely.
Well, I really don't have much time. I wish I had an hour to take this on with you, because it's better, it's easier when you're talking to a co-host. You know.
I'll be back.
I know.
Yeah, we got more time next time.
Oh, okay.
I'll be coming back soon.
Okay, so while we're at this, so what's new for Linda?
What is new for me right now is...
Because I saw some clips earlier.
Yes. Well, right now I have something so passionate that's quite a milestone achievement for me. So it's a milestone achievement in the sense of it's the most impactful production that I've experienced, and that's called A Naija Christmas. It's a Netflix originals, and it's the first Christmas holiday movie that we've gotten out of Nollywood. And it was an honor, because I got to work with one of my mentors in the industry, which is, well, in a director aspect, and that's Mr. Kunle Afolayan. Okay. So having such double experience, double feeling where they get. You understand? So that's what's new, and that's coming now December 16th, and that will be on Netflix, and anyone and everyone can
tell
watch
us
it.
about this Naija Christmas.
A Naija Christmas is a Christmas film, and it's about a mother who wants her children, specifically her boys, to accomplish a wish that she wants. What's a very typical thing for every mother? I beg, go and marry, bring a good woman. So these three boys are on adventure to find the right woman. And I'm one of that. Time. Yes, this Christmas time. And I'm one of that woman. And I'm the right one.
How do we know?
That's why you have to go and watch.
Please, I put it to you that you are not the one.
Don't tell them yet now. Let them watch first.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
So I was going to carry placard.
Yes, thank you.
Go to Lekki Toll Gate for you now.
You understand.
But man, so what was the experience like for you? Was that your debut director role?
This Naija Christmas?
Yeah.
No, we just completed that this 2021.
Okay.
It was my first time working with director Kunle Afolayan, and it's my first production by Netflix, and it's a very memorable one, because you would get to see it based on the cast that are in that film.
Tell us about them.
That's why I want you to wait, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we already saw some of them in the trailer, so there's nothing you're going to tell us that is new. Okay. How much of your life is influenced by where you're coming from?
Everything. From the day, or rather from the moment that I was born, to my experience growing up in Benin City, to my childhood, adolescent stage of living in Canada, and of course to now my adulthood stage of being Linda, everything has been an influence, every single thing.
There are those who, sometimes, my apologies,
yes.
There's those who want to forget where they're coming from in order to get to a new place.
It's difficult to forget where I'm coming from, because that's what shapes me, because I don't want to go back there. So rather, it's always a memory in my subconscious mind to know that this is the beginning of your journey, and your beginning is your foundation. And I can't forget my foundation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm asking by way of inspiration,
yes.
not of denial. Many feel so dejected thinking about where they're coming from, that they do not learn from the experience of their origin.
Absolutely.
So they just want to forget the origin and just chart a new course altogether. Is that possible?
It's not possible because, like I said, it's your foundation. It's your foundation, and it's either you're going back to the origin and learning one or two things to solidify your foundation very well, or you're going to leave it and there will be a crack. And if there's a crack on your foundation, then going on through life, you have one or two difficulties. So the foundation is very important, and that's my origin, and that has played a large part of who I am. Or rather, that's who I am. Yes.
Okay. We'll still come back to talk about the Niger Christmas, but very quickly, let me. You definitely have had quite a number of influences in the industry, but in terms of the movie industry in Nigeria, most people agree it has grown astronomically over the past 20, 30 years. In fact, much faster. Yes. I mean, because growing up, I would remember Indian films and Chinese films. I don't even think Nigerian children these days remember Indian films or Chinese films. They'll only remember maybe American films or Nigerian films. Absolutely. Largely. And so the industry has grown such that it's like, if it's not the first, it's the second fastest growing movie industry in the world.
Correct.
Do you see it as established, as structured as it ought to be?
Your question is, as it ought to be. That's it. No, I don't, because we still have more ways to grow. And like I define Nigeria, it's developing, and there's so much more for it to develop. We've come such a long way, you know, if you look back 20 years from what I remember as Nollywood, of what made me fall in love with it and where I am now, it's mind-blowing. And to see that we have also adapted to the digital world, the system, the world is moving, and I'm so glad that Nollywood is also moving with that, you know. Nollywood has gone more international than we would have understood. And I believe in the next 5 years, or less than another 15 years to go, we could be shocked to see where Nollywood would be.
With what we have seen recently, I mean, Nollywood has gone digital, Netflix is digital, Nollywood has gone global, Netflix is global, at least, if we cannot see others.
Also with the cinema aspects as well.
As also with the cinema as well. So tell us a little, just very quickly again, a quick recap about a Niger Christmas.
A Niger Christmas is coming out on Netflix December 16, and it's the first Christmas holiday film that's out from Nollywood.
And December 16 is just about 5 days away?
It is, so hey!
I can't wait to see your character.
I'm excited.
Linda, thank you so much.
Thank
Linda
you,
Osifo,
sir.
actress and TV host. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and it's
Thank you.
exciting to have you here. And I can only wish you the best.
Thank you, sir.
Sincerely, I can only wish you the best of this and several other things to come in your life. I didn't even get to ask you what's next after this, so don't answer that one yet. Maybe another time.